Good morning, everybody. Oh, I just noticed my little tag is showing it. Fix that. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to tune in this morning and talk about how ignoring our intuition is often just a waste of our time. I've been reminded of this because just last week, the week before, I took a big leap of faith. I was intuitively called to do it. Actually, I've been taking a lot of leaps of faith. I'll say more about all of them. But what I've learned and started to learn more and more is that when we get that intuitive hit that we're supposed to do something, that someone is our next teacher or our next mentor, that there's an investment for our business that we really feel like making will make a difference for us. What I've seen over the years for me is that when I ignore that intuitive hit, it just circles back around. And years later, I'm like, I wonder what would have happened if I would have done that when I got the first intuitive hit instead of, waited for such a long time to take the leap. So, so the one that I want to share with you all today, which is part of the exciting announcement that I was going to make, is that I recently invested in creating a membership area of my website. And I did this because while I was on vacation, it struck me that there were some new ways that I wanted to serve people. There were some new ways to provide accountability and services that weren't currently built into my business that I really wanted to offer. Because I knew in my gut that it would make a difference for people that are out there creating things, especially if they're creating things and they're outside of their comfort zones. So I was like, well, I could just build this thing myself. I could really do it myself, do everything. And, it'd probably only take me like a week or two. Hey, Siobhan, probably only take me a week or two. And I gave that a lot of thought, but in my gut, it just didn't sit right. I was like, oh God, nothing sounds worse than building a membership area of my site. So instead, I was meditating one morning and I got this little message, like, reach out to that person. Hey, Candace, reach out to that person that you talked to a while ago. And I was like, oh, okay. So I reached out to her. We talked about building my website ages ago. And since I've hired another web designer that I really loved. But we got on the phone and we were talking about it. And I was like, here's what I want. Here's what I want to do. What do you think? And she was like, yeah, we can do all that and tweak. And it just sat really right with me. So I was like, all right, what's this going to cost me? And it was a quote that was pretty high, it was actually like twice as much as building my new website itself. And yet it felt really right. So instead of hemming and hawing, this crossed my mind. I was like, well, maybe I'll get off the phone and think about it. But what I know for me is that thinking about it is often a recipe for disaster and a time waster. If something lands as this is right, I'm going to be okay, this is going to work for me. Saying no is just a waste of my time, both because it'll probably circle back around and I'll end up making that decision anyway, or because I'll spend so much time ruminating about making the decision and wondering if it's the right decision when in my gut, I know that it is. So I just said yes. And I think it surprised this lady because I was question. And at the end I was just like, all right, here, how do I pay? Where do I sign up? And I'm so excited about this. So I want to get your input on it. I'll share a little bit more later. But the bottom line is that I know that we all face these decisions where we hear the quote or the number, or we get the idea and it sounds hard or challenging. And yet there's the opportunity to just choose to do it anyway. Follow your gut, trust yourself, trust that the how will work itself out, and really go for it. So I want to run this by you guys and share a little with you about what I'm building. And please, please, please comment and give me your thoughts because it's going to be built out and I want to get your opinion. So what I'm creating is a new membership site. And it's going to be, there's going to be a private Facebook group, but there's also going to be quarterly planning sessions to take a look back at your previous quarter and what's coming in the new quarter and make sure that your year is aligned. So that's the first thing. There's going to be probably 8, maybe more power hours per week where you get to hop on the phone with me or one of the members of my team and be on and do your work, have that time actually slotted to do your work, and have people see you. So I love power hours because they cut through a lot of the bullshit. You have the things that you're resisting and not doing, And you can continue to resist or not do them, but often when you get on a power hour and you have people that you can see, and to take a step back, what a power hour is we get on the call, and at the top of the call, you say, I'm going to do this for the next hour. And then everybody mutes, and then you do it and you check back in at the end of the call. So it's a really powerful way to do the things that you're resisting that are going to move your business forward. So we're gonna have 8 of those a week, I think, or a month. I haven't decided. But if you have a sense of like what would serve you, please put it in the comments section. We're also gonna have annual planning sessions. We're gonna have coffee time with me to just ask me questions, pick my brain, come and hang out, laugh, be with me live. And a whole bunch of other really yummy things. But I'm pretty excited about this because I find the thing that people struggle with most is accountability, especially solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and I want to provide a system that really helps people solidify that. So of course, everybody that joins will also get access to my free accountability partnership training. And this one other cool thing that is going to be included, you get access to your own like private pod, like a group of people that are going to be your mastermind, that are going to be your book club, that are going to be additional accountability partners. So I'm pretty excited, but if you guys can think of anything else that would serve you in terms of accountability experience, please put it in the comments section. One other thing I want to share with you, another personal story, and I think I'll be sharing a lot about this over the next few months, is I signed up with a new mentor, and by signed up, I just mean made a verbal agreement. But I'm going to be taking a training that he's offering out in San Francisco, and I've decided to just fly to San Francisco every other month and go and see him. And at the time of making this commitment, I was like, that's a lot of money, like flying from the Caribbean to San Francisco every other month. It didn't make sense to like my normal Megan human brain, but to my Megan spirit intuitive brain, I was like, clearly that's what I need to do. And since making that commitment to him, not only have I generated much more money in my business that makes it like so easy to fly out to California every other month, but things have just been cracking because I said yes to the thing I was called to. And I think that's really a big part of what holds us up and creates stuckness in our lives, is just not allowing ourselves to be a yes when we have that calling. Because sometimes we settle, we go with like the teacher or the coach that's not meant for us, or that like we kind of like to work with, or we don't hire the person for our team who would make the biggest difference. We hire someone who would make a little difference. So, what I found is that intuition and us trusting ourselves is in the long term, in the long game, the most powerful way for us to choose. And I really believe that. Because often our intuition gives us the hints as to what will be most valuable for us over time versus what makes the most sense or what is playing it safe in the short term. And for me, like that's what I'm interested in. Like I look at what I create in terms of the scale of my year or 2 years or 5 years. Like I'm not interested as much in like the fluctuations of the day to day or even the month to month. Like this is a much larger game. Like our lives are a much larger game than what happens in a day or a week. So anyways, that's my wisdom bomb for today. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Monday. I'm so excited it's Monday. This was going to be a fun week. I'd love to know what you guys are up to. Post your thoughts. Post what you're up to this week. I have a meeting with the lovely Catherine Wood at 10 a.m. to talk about our retreat to India. Oh my God, India. So anyways, bye guys.